up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my recent fat loss journey, I guess you could call it. So for the last 8 weeks I have been doing a sort of mini prep, cut, whatever you want to call it, and it has just gone so well for me, and I've been posting about it on my Instagram and you guys have been asking me like what I've been doing, what I've been eating, and I just thought that I would sit down and tell you exactly what I've been doing for the past 8 weeks for these amazing results. So I'm going to talk to you about what I've been eating, what cardio I've been doing, about my training, and also about all these supplements that I'm using to help my fat loss and my progress. So if that is something that you're interested in, then stay tuned because it is all coming up right here. So I'm going to talk you through the meals I eat every single day, and this is literally what I've eaten every single day this whole time, you guys. I know that to some people that might seem really difficult because some people like to really change up what they eat every day, but for me, like, I like these meals so much, and because like long-term goal is to compete, I don't mind being like a little bit more rigid. Obviously you guys don't have to eat the exact same thing every single day to make progress, but this is just what I have been doing. So meal 1 is 2 whole eggs cooked in half a teaspoon of coconut oil with 3 bacon medallions, and I have 2 slices of toast with that. The bread that I choose is only 13 grams of carbs per slice, so 26 grams of carbs in total. I grill the bacon so that there's no more added calories to that. I do not add butter to my bread either, so there's no added fats or oils other than what I have mentioned. I also always have a black coffee with this. That is like pretty much 0 calories anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant, but I thought I would tell you anyway. Meal 2, I have 100 grams of cooked chicken, which works out at about 140 grams uncooked, and I just have it with some salad or veg and some light salad dressing or some low sugar tomato ketchup. Meal 3, I have 100 grams of cooked chicken again with 250 grams of potato and some green veg. I also add a little bit of tomato sauce on this meal as well. Meal 4, I have 50 grams of rice flakes with 1 scoop of whey and 10 grams of dark chocolate. I'll talk you through more about the whey that I use when I talk about my supplements, and it tastes so good, you guys. I love this meal. So that is my pre-workout meal on training days. So moving on to my post-workout meal, I have 50 grams of Cocoa Pops with almond milk and 1 scoop of whey isolate there as well post-workout. I use a different whey for this, but again, I'll tell you more about that when I talk about supplements. And this is the only meal that changes day to day. So on a day that I don't go to the gym, I just don't have this meal at all. So all the other meals I have every day, and this one I only have on training days. Moving on to my final meal of the day, I have 150 grams of 5% beef mince with 150 grams of potatoes, and again adding veg and a little bit of tomato ketchup. So that is my entire day of eating. I very occasionally switch up my protein sources, so sometimes I will have tuna instead of chicken, but apart from that it pretty much stays the same every single day, and because I like those meals, that doesn't bother me. But like I said, the only meal that changes is that post-workout Cocoa Pops. I just don't have that on my rest days. So on rest days I have 5 meals, and on training days I have 6 meals. So moving on from diet, I'm going to talk you through the supplements that I use and why I use them, when I use them, and then you guys can decide if it's something that maybe you want to use as well. So I'm going to start first thing in the morning. I take 2 of these caffeine tablets. So these are 100 milligrams each, so I take 200 milligrams of caffeine first thing in the morning, and that is before I do my fasted cardio, which is the only thing that has really changed over the past 8 weeks. So on week 1 I was doing pretty much no cardio, and then now I'm doing 45 minutes every morning fasted plus an extra 30 minutes on my rest days. So 45 minutes every single day and 30 minutes extra on top of that on my rest days, because obviously I'm not getting as much output in the gym. But that has increased gradually. So if you think about it, I started at nothing and now I'm at 45 minutes plus 30 minutes on rest days, but that has been a gradual increase. So if you're planning on doing the same thing, I would recommend that first you sort out your diet, do that for a week, see how you go, and if you feel like you're not making fast enough progress, then you can start adding in more cardio if that suits you to do so. At the end of the day, when it comes to fat loss, all you're trying to do is tip the energy balance so that you are burning more than you're eating. So if it suits you more to drop your food a little bit lower than to add cardio, then that's fine. But for me, because this is kind of like my full-time job, it suits me more to have more food and to do more cardio because I have the time to dedicate to that, but I know that not everybody does. So if you only have like half an hour a day to dedicate to cardio, then maybe you'll just want to shift your calories very slightly lower if you feel like you aren't making as much progress. Anyway, I digress. Moving on to more supplements. I also take a multivitamin in the morning. I can't find it at the moment for some reason. I took it this morning, put it down somewhere, can't find it. But I do take a multivitamin every day. I also take cod liver oil. These are 410 milligrams. I take 2 of them every single day. Vitamin D, these are 5,000 IU and I take 1 per day. And liquid iron, I take 1 teaspoon of this a day just because my iron content in my food isn't super high, so I like to supplement that. Those are the vitamins I take first thing in the morning, and I also take glutamine. So I take 10 grams of glutamine every single morning, and this is also before I do my fasted cardio. So I literally just put 10 grams into a glass, put a little bit of water in it, and just shot it. And this is really, really good for recovery, and I definitely do notice the difference when I don't take it. Okay, so moving on to supplements when I train. I am going to mention pre-workout even though it's not essential, but I do love to take pre-workout. So I'll show you a couple of my favorites. So this is the 3XT pump and this is called Blue Blood, and these are my 2 favorite pre-workouts at the moment. Blue Blood is in the flavor Blue Voltage and the 3XT is in Electric Orange. This one reminds me of something that I used to have when I was a kid, and I can never quite put my finger on it. So I don't know if you've had it, but if you have any ideas as to what that might be, let me know. I think it kind of tastes like orange Lucozade, but I think it tastes like a sweet that I used to have when I was a little kid. This one in Blue Voltage tastes, to be honest, I don't know how to explain what this one tastes like, but it tastes good, so it doesn't really matter. They're both really good pre-workouts. I would say this one is a little bit more hard-hitting. I tend to save this for leg day. And this one is still pretty hard-hitting, but it just it doesn't make me as crazy. So moving on to during the workout, I like to use this blue juice. I don't know why, but this label's upside down on this one. I should have brought one that wasn't upside down. Blue juice. So this one is in the flavor Red Redemption, but there's also another flavor that's blue that I also like. I get them both. I just use them sort of interchangeably. So this is an intra-workout carb mix. So I'm not going to list absolutely everything that's in it. If you want to read the ingredients, then I'll link it down below. But all you really need to know is that it's a really, really fast acting energy source or carb source, whatever you want to call it, for during your workout, and it really helps me get a good pump, helps me get a good session, it helps me feel like I'm getting the most out of my lifts. And yeah, this is my favorite intra workout that I have ever used. I think out of all the supplements I take, this is my baby. This is the one that I could not live without. So that's my intra. Along with that, I also have 5 grams of creatine every single training day. I don't have it on rest days, but I have 5 grams either before or during my workout. I do try and have it before, but sometimes I forget, and then I'll just chuck it in with my intra. So moving on to whey proteins, I have 2 like I mentioned before. So first one is the Blue Lab Whey, and that is the one that I use in my rice flakes in my pre-workout meal that I mentioned before. My favorite flavor is the caramel chocolate. I just think it is literally the best tasting whey in the world. I say this to everyone, I'm just this is the one, you guys. It tastes great as a shake, and it also tastes great in rice flakes and oats and things like that. So it's basically just all you need in life. It's a great quality blend and it tastes good. So what more could you need? So yeah, I use this one pre-workout in my oats, and then I use this one post-workout as a shake just with water alongside my Cocoa Pops. So I don't put it in my Cocoa Pops. I have the Cocoa Pops with almond milk, and then I have this as a shake. And the reason for this is just because it's a different blend. So this one is 3 different types of whey protein. It contains isolate, hydrolysate, and concentrate. So in this one, it has a couple of grams of carbs and a couple of grams of fat. This one is a little bit more high tech, I guess you could say. It's kind of more of a performance whey. So I like to use this one post-workout because it is just a pure whey isolate. This is also in the flavor caramel chocolate, so you can see that there's a theme going on here. I would say that for taste, this one does taste better, but this one's sort of the bomb when it comes to if you're a professional athlete and you're looking for a really high performance product. But I use both. Finally, the last supplement that I use is Ashwagandha, which sounds like some sort of witchcraft or something. But ashwagandha is a natural plant extract that is known to help with sleep, amongst many other things. If you Google it, you'll see a huge list of potential benefits to it. It's basically like a superfood of supplements. So I take this every single night, not long before I go to bed, and it really helps me sleep. So along with all the other benefits, it is known as a sort of natural sedative. So especially on prep, when I'm on low food and I struggle to sleep at night, this really, really, really helps. So that is all my supplements I have been using. If you have any questions on them, feel free to write them in the comments below. And finally, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my training over the last 8 weeks. I've left this till last because it's kind of the thing that has stayed the most steady throughout my entire training career. I don't change my training style very often. So my training now isn't all that different from my training when I was bulking. In fact, I wasn't even bulking, I was just on off season. I wasn't like trying to gain loads of muscle or anything, so scrap the word bulking. When I was on off season, I was training 4 days a week, and now I'm training 5. So just to get a little bit more output really, because obviously a big training session, you're gonna burn a lot of calories, and that is the goal right now because I wanna lose some fat, and my recovery is really good right now. So I'm able to train 5 good sessions a week and have 2 rest days. So my training split, I'm doing push-pull legs, rest, upper, lower, rest. So push is all sort of like shoulders, chest, triceps. Pull is all back, arms. I do a little bit of abs as well. Legs is kind of like a full leg day, but my leg sessions are definitely more focused towards the rear. So like my bum and my hamstrings at the moment, because that's kind of where I need to work on. Then rest day on a Thursday. And then a Friday I do upper, so that's kind of just like a full upper session, a mix of back, shoulders, arms, everything. And then Saturday lower, which again is a mix of all lower, but again more focused towards the glutes and the hamstrings, just because that is what I need to work on for where I want to be. Yeah, and then Sunday rest day. But on those rest days, like I mentioned, I do 30 minutes extra cardio, and I do my 45 minutes fasted cardio every single day, 7 days a week. Get up in the morning and I get out on the bike, as in outdoor bike. Even when it's raining, you guys, and yes, I live in Scotland, so that is a fairly common occurrence. But yeah, I'll show you the pictures again of where I started and where I am now, and this is over 8 weeks, and I have lost 7 kilos. So that is 67 kilos in the left picture and 60.5, so just under 7 kilos, I guess, in the right picture. And that is what we've managed to do in the last 8 weeks, doing exactly what I have explained to you here. So I really hope this video was useful for you guys. I have wanted to sit down for a while now and just kind of talk you through step by step, really simple, what I do. And I hope that that has sort of shed some light on that for you, and that you can take that away and hopefully use it for yourself. So again, if you have any questions, leave them below, and if you have any video requests or ideas, also leave them below, because I love that. I pretty much am going off of your guys' suggestions right now, so please feel free to leave comments below. Alright guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed that video, and thank you for staying to the end, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!